Guys, this is Ryo Murata, photographer based in Tokyo. I was about to say a random product, but it's not actually. Every photographer has a blower, and probably like 100% everyone has one. Whether or not if it's like something you use to blow dust away from your film negatives, or if you're like cleaning your lenses, it's one of the essential equipments that I always carry around with me, and I wanted to make this video in particular due to the fact that one of my blowers just died on me, and I think I used it for 10 years or so ever since I went to photography school. So yeah, today I'd like to talk about a particular blower that I continuously keep on using, which is the Etsumi's jet blower, the second, or is it called Mark II? I don't know. But not many people outside of Japan know about this. But if you live around in Tokyo, or if you live around in Japan, high chance that almost every single professional photographer, I might say to the extent that a majority of a sheer number of people actually own this type of blower due to a couple of reasons. And compared to foreign counterparts, probably if you live in North America, you guys probably have the rocket blower, which in my mind is gigantic, and there's like so much to talk about. But the company Etsumi actually was, I think, founded back in 1955. So that's like roughly 10 years after Japan lost World War II, which is like 1945, if I'm right. And this was actually a turning point for Japan because every single industry was in catastrophe. And a lot of Japanese people were looking for business opportunities. And one of them was, you guys have named it, that's actually one of the reasons why there's so many camera manufacturers in Japan, that the Japanese people thought we should first imitate the famous German Leica, Hasselblad, and make some kind of profit money off of that business, and which came to fruition after a couple of decades or so down the road. And I keep going off topic, but like and you guys know that these camera companies like Nikon, Canon, back in the days, Mamiya, Zenza, if I'm right, continue to make like cameras. So the camera accessory manufacturers started to pop out, and Etsumi was actually one of those like companies that popped out back in the days. And they have a wide array of like accessories in particular, but their jet blower is probably one of their best selling products as of 2022, if I'm right. The thing about this product in particular is that their product packaging haven't changed for a couple of decades or so, if I'm right. It has this sort of like really old vibe to it, which I actually like. And it's like oversized, I know, but they're using so much plastic, but it's like iconic actually. And you can basically find these in what you call a camera store, like a chain store. So like a big camera or a Yodobashi camera, they always have this in stock in various colors. I think it comes in 5 colors, if I'm right. There's a black one, yellow, blue, red, and gray, if I'm right. And in my case, I never purchase a black blower due to the fact that I think everyone experienced this, but if you stick that black blower in your bag or when you're traveling, and you guys know that black basically sort of like absorbs light and it's harder to find. It's the same as, black cameras, so that's why it's light black. But like having that, understanding that, because it's like harder to like find black objects within a bag because it's already dark inside, I tend to purchase blowers that are in like bright colors, like this one which broke down is blue, and like I said, there's a yellow one and a green one and a gray one. And in my case, what's interesting is this one was actually for home use, so when I'm blowing dust from my color negatives, I use a blue one, and at my workplace I have a gray one, and I basically work as a full-time e-commerce photographer, so I use a gray one. And when I'm out in the field, because there's like a lot of sceneries, I use a yellow one because that's the most obvious color to like find if it's like somewhere in my bag, so if I need it, I just look for yellow and I just grab it, kind of. So about the product itself, you guys know what a blower is. It basically blows air from this chamber out through the nozzle and it basically blows dust away. And there's not much, like I said, there's not much to talk about, but the Etsumi's blower is like 100% pure rubber, so it has that rubber smell that you guys know, it's like rubber bands kind of smell. But after you use it for a couple of years, the smell's gonna go away, and it's like buying a new car. You know that each and every car has this distinctive smell. It's basically something like that. I never purchased a car, but I rented a car once. But yeah, it has that distinctive smell too. This blower has this distinctive smell, and I don't know why, but like if you compare this like 9-year-old blower with a brand new one, I realized this from the start when I purchased it, that ever like 5 or 6 years down the road, the rubbers, what you call the color, basically starts to peel off, and it looks really pastelish, you know, like a film natives, color natives actually when you scan it. And however, a new one has this sort of like glossy finish that some people might love or some people might hate. But if you keep on using it, the what I call the glossy finish is gonna come off. So in my mind, it's alright. And like I said, I do not like the rocket blower because you guys, like I said, Japanese people tend to have small hands. No, not like that, but you understand, like we're like not that high in terms of like physical height, and our hands are small. So these like smaller like hand blowers come in handy, because this one in particular, from all the blowers that I used in my life, this one packs a punch. I mean, it blows so much air. This one's broken, so I can't use it. So I brought my sort of field one. I have a yellow one, so it basically blows a lot of air. How should I show you guys? Oh yeah, that's nice. Oh yeah. With that explained, I mean, a blower isn't that expensive. Like this one in particular, what costs like 600-700 yen, so that's like $5-6 for one blower, which lasts probably like 5 to 10 years at most. I'm guessing the lifespan is like 5 to 10 years, but I guess it's like worth it because I use it every day. I use it at work. I use it when I'm scanning images and when I'm like, I don't know, messing around with my hair. You know? But it's like it's a great and essential like equipment that every photographers have in their bag and their arsenal. And I guess it makes much more sense if you have two, if you're using one at home and one in the field, so that you really don't have to like keep on like moving this from point A to point B, you know, moving this into a bag, taking it out of the bag, moving it back and using it at home and stuff like that. So it might be good to have like 2 or 3 at most lying around, so you can like grab it when you need it. And that's basically it. So yeah, that's basically the overview of this blower that I use 100% of the time. And I forgot to say the most important part, it's like made in Japan. So if that's like something, a purchasing decision that you make, I mean, where it's like manufactured is another like factor to take into place. This one's made in Japan, and I realized that this one's broken, so don't do this with a new blower. But when you do this, it sounds like a punching bag, you know? It's like so hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully this is going to be a short video for you guys. And I'm like curious, what kind of blowers do you use when you're like out in the field, when you're like shooting indoors, or if you're like working, like shooting like subjects and stuff like that? What's your like #1 pick for blowers? And I'm curious, like, do you guys use the rocket blower? Because in my mind, my hands are too small to like to fully utilize a rocket blower. And I keep, when I see some Japanese people who have a rocket blower, I think to myself, this guy probably has a big hand to handle this rocket blower. So hopefully you guys like enjoyed this video, and thumbs up if you liked it, and please comment in the area below. I'm happy to reply. So yeah, we will see you next time. Peace.